So let's talk about some of these advanced cycle schedules. I've essentially been studying anabolics for 30 years. Early in my career, I came across a document published by the Cambridge Ergogenic Institute back in 1992. This was a comprehensive report detailing the history, benefits, and dosing options for anabolics and testosterone. They surveyed popular dosages that were being used versus therapeutic dosage. And across the board, popular dosages were 1 to 3 times higher than the therapeutic dosages. But in particular, the two protocols from that report that stand out as highly effective are the RP50 and the RP10 dosing protocols. Before we dive in, just some housekeeping. This information is not to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Please consult with your doctor for medical advice. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, as it greatly helps me get this information out to more people like yourself. Let's get into it. Essentially, both protocols are based on a descending dose protocol. In other words, you start at a higher dose and gradually lower it. This protocol will tend to be more effective and to benefit our goals that we're trying to accomplish here, because it will reduce side effects. It reduces the need for estrogen control that I'll get into later, and it's more sustainable long term. Now, the RP50 protocol is where you reduce your starting dose by 50% over a set number of weeks. On average, the RP50 cycles can run between 4 and 8 weeks maximum, depending on how much you want to stretch out the lower dosages. For example, if the starting dose for testosterone is 200 milligrams a week, you would go weeks 1 through 2, 200 milligrams, weeks 3 and 4, 100 milligrams, weeks 5 through 6, 50 milligrams, and then an optional taper of 25 milligrams for the final 2 to 4 weeks on the top end. So here's why this works. Testosterone takes about 4 weeks to what I call pop, meaning that when your body really ramps up and you start to feel the full effects of testosterone replacement therapy. So by the time you pop, your cells are pretty much saturated with higher dosages. And then right when you pop is also when you're most susceptible to natural testosterone shutdown. So with the RP50, right as you're popping, you bring the dose back down for a smooth landing, if that makes any sense. You're stimulating, but not annihilating, and still extracting maximum benefit from your said dose. You could run a 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off type of cycle. And then if you add in PCT, or what is known as post-cycle therapy protocols, this is how you ride the wave and consistently extract maximum benefit from TRT. Now, in regards to the RP10 protocol, this is where you reduce the dosage by 10% instead of 50% over time. For mathematical reasons, the cycles will extend out a little bit longer, which has its pros and cons. The con is obviously it's a longer cycle, more frequent administration, and the pros is a slower tapering, which reduces side effects and allows your natural testosterone to gradually kick back in without a sudden crash. And with a slower taper, your need for PCT goes down, but again, depending on genetics, lifestyle, and everything else, your PCT usage will vary according to that as well. But again, just the nature of the RP10 protocol dictates that your natural testosterone will be allowed to kick in more smoothly than an RP50. And again, depending on your genetics and how you respond to getting off TRT, one of these protocols will work best for you. So let's talk about estrogen control and how this factors into success with your TRT. If you want a practical guide to help you apply what you're learning, get my book, Belly Shred Method. It's a system that I created specifically for men to help you improve your metabolic health, give you a practical routine, workouts, nutrition plan, and stress management system to keep you on point. It's sustainable. If you're a man 35 plus looking to get lean, find a sustainable way to stay in shape without hours in the gym, this is the program for you. So to get a copy of that book, there should be a link somewhere in the description. Now back to your program. Most practitioners aren't tweaking their patients and or clients' cycles to this level, but this is a potential option that will work amazing for the average person. And what it does is it allows you to extract maximum benefit without your system crashing when you come off of testosterone, and makes consistent usage easier without chemical burnout. Here's my standard. If you're experiencing side effects that require an anti-estrogen to control aromatization, aromatization means that when testosterone converts to estrogen, if you are experiencing aromatization, you're already in damage control mode. And unfortunately, today's usage treats anti-estrogens like they're supposed to be taken with TRT. In my opinion, this is a mistake. Anti-estrogen are for side effect control. That distinction is one reason we're seeing injuries and deaths associated with testosterone use. It's not the testosterone, in my opinion. It's the anti-estrogens doing the damage. You don't want to shut down estrogen completely because that disrupts blood lipids, compromises musculoskeletal integrity, and creates other problems with cardiovascular health. Men who shut down estrogen while taking mega doses of testosterone create a massive recipe for cardiovascular health problems such as stroke, heart attack, damaging kidneys, and worse. When you cycle with protocols like RP50 and RP10, you nearly avoid all of that nonsense. So if you are cycling with the current cookie cutter protocol of 1 injection a week until you chemically burn out, it's time to start paying attention to lifestyle, nutrition, and exercise. It's time to start understanding your somatotype and then have a functional perspective on TRT. This is how you win the testosterone replacement therapy game. If you found value in this video and want coaching, education, and guidance on lifestyle, nutrition, and optimizing TRT at the highest level, go take my Vitality, Anti-Aging, and Performance Assessment. See the link in the description. In the next video, we'll cover the back-end lifestyle factors that amplify TRT results, the nutrition protocols, training variables, and stress management techniques that separate mediocre outcomes from elite performance. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.